Walk like you have 3 men walking behind you. Oscar de la Renta. You ever walk into a room and suddenly feel like all the attention shifted towards you? Not in a bad stage fright sort of way, but in the way that makes people go, who just walked in? Yeah, that type of moment. And it can be terrifying. Like, you're hoping the floor opens up and swallows you whole before you even say hi. But I'm here to tell you that that's your cue. That's your moment. Right now, that's the moment where you stop questioning your presence and you start owning your presence. And that's why I made today's video, because I was listening to another YouTube video. It was by Pastor Keon Henderson. I love listening to him on my way to work. And one of his videos really brought this topic up. I don't know how, but it was like, yeah, this is what I gotta talk about in this video today. Because I feel like a lot of you walk into a room and don't feel like you belong there. And you gotta start walking into every single room, every single opportunity like you belong there. Even if you feel like you don't, because confidence isn't optional. Confidence is a requirement, because we see confidence as you carrying yourself too strong, or that you're full of yourself, or that you're being arrogant. But confidence isn't arrogance. There's a difference between having confidence and having arrogance. It's like armor. It's the thing that gets you out of bed, gets you into your outfit, and gets you through the door and be like, I showed up today. You don't have to scream it, literally. Like, just let your posture do the talking. Stand up straight. Walk in the room with a smile, even when your day is going bad. Let your silence say, I'm not better than anyone here, but I know exactly who I am in this moment. Because confidence is walking into the interview like they're lucky to have you at that interview. Even if you don't get a job, you still made a good impression. And the thing about impressions is that they outlast the results. There's one quote that I've heard from a very, very long time ago. I forgot who said it. Maybe it was a teacher that might have told me this, but I remember they were saying that when you walk into an interview like you already got the job. And that is kind of a winner's mentality right there, because it could seem arrogant, like you don't have the job, you need this job, and you're walking in like you already got it. But no, that's confidence. You need to walk into every single meeting, walk into every single room, walk into every single place like you know your shit. Even if you don't know it, it still helps for you to just walk in and be like, I got this. Because you're not walking into a room, you're introducing the sequel they didn't know they needed. You're walking in, and imagine like walking into an interview, right? And you've got your theme music playing in the background. You put your shoulders up, chin level, eyes forward. You're not the intern. You're not the backup plan. You're not an extra. You're the main character. And the scene just started when you walked in. If you never played Pokemon before, you'll never get this reference. But it's like Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold. You remember, if you play the game, where you beat everything. You beat the champion, you beat the Elite Four, etc. You've caught all the Pokemon, or you just caught the legendaries, whatever your goal was, right? You finished the whole game, you're like, all right, I'm done. Then you go to the top of the specific mountain, and that theme music plays, and you realize it's red from the older games. That's who you need to be. That's the type of energy you need to radiate whenever you walk into a room. Because you're not going to always win, but you have to walk into every single opportunity like you will win, because you're not always going to get the job. Not every door you walk through will lead you to your dream opportunity. Sometimes the door is going to have rejection. Sometimes the door is going to close. Sometimes it's going to be awkward silence. Sometimes you won't hear nothing back. But how you walk out of that room is just as important as how you walked in. because the people watching are going to remember how you carried yourself, not just how the conversation ended. So you have to walk in and leave out with the same energy. If this ain't it, that's cool. But when the right room comes, I already know how to walk in, because it's as simple as this. You're the storm that brought the rain and the thunder, not just the sprinkle. You're a sunrise. You're not a flickering bulb. You can't walk into a room and whisper your value. No one's going to listen to it if you walk into a room going, yeah, my name is so-and-so and I... No, you gotta walk in and radiate it. It's like making YouTube videos. Do you think every video you're going to be perfect every single time? No, but you gotta walk into whatever video you're about to make and just say the shit with confidence. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna not know things. In my ARC video specifically, I remember somebody corrected me like, this is actually what is the game you're talking about. I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, I didn't know. Thanks for reminding me. Like, that's the thing. You gotta have confidence no matter what you are up against, because it's like walking into a room that doesn't have great Wi-Fi, right? Like, for example, imagine walking into McDonald's. We've all heard McDonald's Wi-Fi, right? You go to McDonald's for Wi-Fi, boom, it's not working well, right? Then you go to your friend's house and they have the strongest Wi-Fi signal ever. YouTube videos load in 1 second. You can upload a video to YouTube in 5 seconds. Like, that's what you need to be. You need to be the Wi-Fi signal the room didn't realize it needed until you walked in and gave it the full bars. Right now, you need to remember that you're a king. You are a king, because people are going to try and shrink you. They're going to tell you that you're doing too much, that you're overconfident, that you're acting different, especially when you start moving different. When you start moving accordingly, if you start getting your life together, making a schedule, cutting people off, whatever it is, these things are going to come up. People are going to tell you all different types of things. You've been MIA for so long. You're acting different. You're being too confident now. I don't like this person that you are. That's good for them. But you should like that person that you are. Why? Because that person has changed his life for the better. Those people that don't like who you're becoming, simply put it, you outgrown them. Because they're stuck in the same cycle and they want to pull you back down to that same cycle. But when you start to break out of that cycle, that's when you become the overconfident, the acting different, that type of person. Because last year, you were that person, but you evolved. You've grown. You worked for this. Don't minimize yourself just to try to make other people comfortable in their own securities. Walk in like you're the blueprint, because you are the blueprint. Look, I'm gonna say this for the people in the back, right? Confidence is not having all the answers. You're never going to have all the answers. You're going to get stumped. But confidence is showing up despite the uncertainty. Like walking into the gym, a classroom, a job, a networking event, just walking into any place alone and going, I might not know anyone here, but everyone here is about to know who I am. That's the energy you need. It's like Tony Stark. Some people don't know who Tony Stark is, but they've heard of his name. It's like Pitbull. When you look up Pitbull, instead of the dog coming up, Pitbull comes up. He said that in an interview once. Like I said, confidence doesn't mean you're always right, but it means you're willing to learn without losing your identity. Because we wait our whole lives for someone to validate us, for someone to finally say, you got this. But you could do that for yourself. You already do. You don't need validation. You need the movement. You need to start walking like the story starts when you enter, like the lights brighten when you speak. You're not waiting to be chosen. You gotta choose yourself. Today, tomorrow, next week, in the next 5 seconds, if YouTube shut down right now, whenever life puts a door in front of you, open that door and walk in. Don't wait to be invited in. Walk in like the rent's paid. Walk in like your name's already on the lease. Walk in like this moment was meant for you. Because this moment is meant for you. And that's where I'll leave it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you're notified of videos that I upload. Do anything you guys can to have my non-existent videos be seen. And with that, Jazea, signing off.